Hi everybody, welcome to Mat Pilates. I am Cheryl Forehand with the JCA and I will be teaching you a Mat Pilates with a little band and a little ball today. I hope that you are doing well. Listen to your body, and if anything doesn't feel appropriate, then I always recommend to avoid it. So we're going to put the ball down. If you don't have either toy, it doesn't matter. You can still do this workout, so don't worry if you don't have what you need. It's still a great workout, and this just accentuates some of the movements. So we're going to start with our band sort of in half. I folded it in half. And I'm going to take my band and just not pull, but just find the tautness and bring it to my thighs for the standing warm-up. Our feet are going to be side by side like the number 11. So not turned down in a V, but straight ahead. We're going to take a breath and bring those arms just below the shoulders and exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift. And as we start the breathing and the quiet of our mind so that we can concentrate, feel your feet and see if you feel even across all 5 toes in the center of your heel. And if you don't, just mindfully put everything down. You'll find toes lifted, you'll find yourself on your heels, and see if you can stabilize through the foot. It's the most important thing, I think, for our body and balance. Take a breath, hold it here. Just rotate to one corner. Now the hips don't get to go, so you're not turning the body, you're leaving the hips and moving the rib cage. You're going to come back and you're going to rotate to the other side. Adding your breath, it can be an inhale or an exhale. Keep the hips and feel the rib cage rotate. So we're adding some rotation for the spine in our warm-up. Beautiful, one more time. Breathe and finish up even. And now take the band here and let's bring that band around and circle around. The body is quiet. You're just finding the shoulder blades. Where the range of motion that you can go. If that's bothersome, then keep it lower. Always work in the range that is comfortable for you. Sometimes it's tight and that's okay, but stay away from pain. And we'll reverse that. Go up and around. Inhale as you get tall and lift and around and lift up. And around and hold it right over your head for a little lateral flexion. Keeping the space of your head equal between your arms, come back up. You're focusing from the armpit to your foot. Inhale. We don't want the arms to pull, we want them to stay stable. And the band gives us a nice tactile to hold on to know where that is. And breathe. One more each way. And exhale. And last one, and come down. Now let's add a little balance. Let's lift up on the heels and lower down. Inhale, lift, lower down. Find your toes anchored as you lift and lower down. If you find yourself rocking, try to quiet it. Put weight in the first 2 toes. Very slow and very low. We're not wearing any big high heels today. And lower. Now pull back, turn your head to the left, take a breath, and turn your head to the right, take a breath. Head center and forward, a little chest expansion. This pulls back slightly, turn to your right, breathe through to your left, head back to the center and release. Exhale, pull back, hold, turn to your left, breathe to your right, head to the center, small release. And last one, pull back, and turn to your right, turn to your left, come to the center, and relax. Come to the end of your mat, take your nice band, you're still holding it, and drop your chin, tuck your pelvis, and roll all the way down. Look between your legs. Avoid looking at the floor because that puts tension at the neck, and slowly come back up. Can you reach the arms up? Can you lower? Drop the head, tuck the pelvis, let those arms start to float down. They're light, the head is light, the neck is light. And slowly stack back up, finding your core, finding those abdominals. Tuck the pelvis to support the back. As you round over, lay that band gently on the ground, bend your knees, and we're going to gracefully come down. Now I'd like for you to take the band, and the band is going to be wide. You want to avoid this choke up. You want it wide and placed around the ball of the foot. And the feet are going to be flexed parallel. You're going to find a place where you're not choked up. So if I choke up, I'm using my shoulder. I just want to find a nice light tension. Tuck my pelvis, tuck your pelvis, and come part of the way down. Adjust your feet and band if you need. And exhale, tuck. And exhale, come back up. Stack up tall. Tuck your pelvis. Exhale, relax through the shoulders. Come down a little further. Exhale. Come back up. Waking up those core muscles and the deep abdominals, the transverse abdominals. And come back up. And last one, and we're going to roll all the way down, 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 down. We're going to let that band rest and let our feet let go of it. We're going to bring the legs into a nice knee bend, knee over the ankles, and from here palms down, and we're going to articulate our spine, one vertebrae up at a time. Take a breath, let the rib cage at the shoulder blades drop first. Feel your pelvis tucked, and then find length through the mid-back. Yes, so the vertebrae get a little longer. Find your waist, and then untuck, because that can't articulate at the pelvis. So we're going to tuck, we're going to push through the feet, we're going to lift and find length through the vertebrae as you come all the way up. Now when you're at the top, imagine your knees are shooting energy or light straight ahead. Take a breath, articulate down. And we're going to do 2 more of those, waking up that vertebral line. Take a breath, tuck your pelvis. It should feel good. Roll up. If you have any issues where you can't articulate, then just do a flat back bridge. That's good for your upper back strength. And this one is good for spinal mobility as well. And lift. And come all the way down. And you know we have the 100. The 100 is our nice warm up to get the breath and get the heart warmed up. So we're going to take our arms and start with some ab curls. So give me 4. Find that position. You're looking above the knee, because if you look down, you compress the neck. So you want this to be relaxed and find the lift through the ribs. Good. Come back down. As you exhale, lift, lower the arms. Good. Inhale. And exhale. So our progression is you can do the 100 with the feet right here if you like. Or you can lift them up to tabletop. Or you can let them straight up. Or you can go out to 45. So I'm going to take you through that journey. If you know where you like to be, go for it. Begin to pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your eyes are still looking above the knees. You have 4 more sets. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a vigorous pump. We'll throw 1 more in. And hold. Bend the knees, drop 1 foot down at a time to keep the pelvis stable, and come all the way down. Take your legs back out in front of you. Take your arms up, lift head, neck, and shoulder, and exhale, roll up. You should be pretty close to where you had that band. If not, you make your adjustments, place that right back across the ball of the foot. So we're going to bend the knees slightly and be pressing on the back of the heel. And we're going to do some arm work today. So let's take the band and cross it. We're going to tuck the pelvis, come back, and we're going into some nice rowing. The elbows need to be above the wrist. If the elbows are down here, you're in your shoulder joint. So elbows above the wrist and below the shoulders. Feel those shoulder blades. Add 3, add 2, and hold it. Take a breath. Exhale. Keep the tuck. Come all the way up. We're going to uncross. we're going to take them into some bicep curls. Now I like to start here so that the arms aren't doing the pulling of the band as we roll down. So arms are stabilized, tuck your pelvis. There you work your core instead of trying to roll down with the arms, okay? Tuck your pelvis, now lift the arms up, and now bicep curls. And exhale, exhale, and keep that tuck in the pelvis. Good, and 4, and 3, and 2. I want you to hold it, bring them back so your core brings you back and your abs and not the arms. Nice. We're going to cross, and I would like for the one that's on top is going to be the one we rotate towards first. So elbows in towards your waist, tuck your pelvis, lift. I'm going to take my top one, and I'm going to straighten that arm out and come out to the side. So I may have to adjust the tension of my band, and I want to rotate. And the other one is stable, so I can find the rib rotation like we did in the warm-up. Breathe. Now lower that arm if you feel tension in the shoulder joint. It's not about the arm, it's about the obliques. 2 more. And 1 more. Come in, stay, recross. Might as well use those abs. From here, park the one you're not using. Find the tension you want, find the arm position, and rotate the ribs. The pinky side is of the palm and the wrist is reaching behind you. And 3, and 2, and last one, and come in. Let's take those arms here and roll all the way up. Woo, hopefully that warmed you up a bit. We're going to take the legs straight out now. And we're going to hold our arms, light tension as we tuck the pelvis and come all the way down into a roll down. We're going to take our body without pulling on the bands, lift your head, lift your arms, tuck your pelvis, and see if you can find that connection in your spine and core without pulling. And again. And back, lift your head, exhale, light on the arms, and come up. Now, for a little bit of added fun, take one leg out. We're going to roll down. Again, light tension on the band. As you roll halfway down, come halfway up. Exhale. So I think of this as sort of a teaser prep. Good. And breathe. Relax the shoulders and breathe. Come all the way up. Place that foot in. Make sure it's wrapped around the ball of the foot. Lift the other leg. Keep it holding. Arms are long so you're not tempted to pull. And curl. And curl. By using the band, sometimes we can mimic some of the reformer work. And we find that light tension so that we can really tap into the core muscles and not power through arms and legs. Come back in and roll all the way up. So I hope that our core and our deep abdominals are nice awake. So hold that band right there as we get ready to go over to our side today. So now we're going to take this band onto the top leg. Wrap it around the ball of the foot. You want to have your band nice and equal. We're going to lay on our side, but the bottom leg will be, I've lost my ball, but I'll get it. Bottom leg is bent. Take the band and park it under that knee. So you see what I've just done. I parked it. And I'm going to park my head. And I'm going to do some sideline here, focusing on the abductors. Now while I'm here, make sure your waist is lifted and that your hips. That's going to ensure your hips are stacked. And then check in to make sure your shoulders are stacked. You want to make sure you're not folded forward while you're holding on to these bands. And little pulses, press, press. Your foot is parallel. The entire outside of the foot is reaching to the ceiling. Good, and hold. Now kick a little back, kick a little forward, kick a little back, kick a little forward. We're going to stay in this parallel leg position so we can focus on the abductors today. Your glute medius and your glute minimus. Good, and we're going to hold it back here. Heel circles, circle, circle. So you should be feeling it around this place, I hope. And reverse, reverse. Keep that waist lifted, keep breathing. Check in to stacked hips and stacked shoulders. and relax that leg. Slide that foot out. Go ahead and just put the band to the side, and we're going to go to the front of our body for a little extension work. Forehead down. So we're going into a little rockets and dart. And palms back, arms up, heels together if it doesn't cause compression in your low back. Take them apart if you need. Take a breath, lift the heart, lift the arms, lift the thighs, and then slowly come down. Inhale, lift. This is a lovely way to warm up extension of the thoracic spine. Come back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Now this time lift, and we're going to pump towards the ceiling with the entire arm. And 4, 3, 2, hold, come down. It's a great way to integrate posterior shoulder. Lift up, pump, and the hip extensors. And 4, 3, 2, hold, come down. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale, lift, and 4, 3, 2, hold, come all the way down. Come on to the elbows for single leg kick today. Elbow under the shoulder. Now the first instinct is let the belly hang. I want you to pull the belly up and away from the mat and be on the upper thighs. Eye gaze towards the end of your mat, not the wall. Lift one leg, kick, kick, reach, lower. Kick, kick, reach, lower. Kick, kick. Hamstrings. And a lovely stretch of the quads. Reach and kick, kick, reach, and extension. Working the back line of the body, and breathe. And last one, and hold. Double leg kick. Lay on one facial cheek. Take your hands behind your low back. Let your elbows relax. From here, the legs together. You're going to kick, kick, kick. Extend, extend, and lift. Come down, and 1, 2, 3, reach. And 1, 2, 3, and reach. And 1, 2, 3, and reach. And 1, 2, 3, and reach. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and reach. And come all the way down. Hands under your shoulders, come all the way up. Sit back in a lovely child's pose. If your hips can come lower, great. If not, don't worry about it. Take your hands over to one side. Drop your hips on the other side so you can feel the stretch from the armpit to the QL right above the hip. Good. Come over, go to the other side, and drop. Let your head rest between your arms. Beautiful. Well, it's time to do sideline on the other side. So grab your bands, flip yourself around. Let's take this lovely band. And remember, it's wide and it's across the ball of the foot. Make sure it's nice and even. You're going to lay on your side. You're going to take that band and tuck it under that bottom knee. That's going to help you hold it and give you some appropriate tension. Your leg is straight out in front. Your foot is parallel. The entire outside of the foot is going to reach the ceiling. But before you move, find your waist lifted and lift and lower. And lower. Find those abductors. So the ones that are on the ground that you're laying on are still working. They worked isometrically. So these already got some work isometrically, and now they're moving. So they may fatigue a little faster. So if you wonder why, that's why. And hold, little pulse. Outside foot. Oh, breathe. Lift. Make sure the hips are stacked. Make sure the ribs and the shoulders are stacked. Don't be tempted to roll forward, and hold. Little kick forward, heel comes back. Little bit forward, heel comes back. Little bit forward, heel comes back. Good. Here we go. And back. And last one, and we're going to hold it, and we're going to do some heel circles. And breathe through those circles, and circle, and circle, and reverse, circle, and circle. I hope that you are finding those abductors. And last one, and come down. Beautiful. We're going to let that ball go. We're going to come onto our backs now and find that ball. Or if you have something else, great. If like a towel rolled up. If you don't, that's okay. Also, if you have a roller, you can actually place the roller long ways underneath you to feel this same hip mobility work. So we're going to place it between the waist and the tailbone. You should never be on the back. You should be on the pelvis bone, and you can feel your bones above the ball. From here, hands down, and see if you can find that nice tuck we did earlier. It should feel good. And you can feel your low back pushing into the ball, coming back up. And 2 more. Keep your ribs quiet. It's not a wave of the body. And now hold it in neutral. So it's a good way to find neutral. And your job is now to keep the ball quiet. Arms wherever you feel you need for stability, but relax your shoulders. Lift one leg up, lift the other leg up. Let's go into a nice scissor. Breathe and scissor. Your scissor is wherever you can go, keeping the knees from being bent. So if your knees bend here, see if you can make a scissor smaller so that you can get in those hamstrings. Keeping the ball quiet. And let's take our heels together, toes apart, bend the knees down for like a little frog, and the feet are going to go right back to the ceiling. So bend. Those knees don't come towards the chest, they stay over your hips. And you can flex at the ankles and point, and flex and point, and flex and point. One more time, and flex and point. Open out, flex and point. Feel the tensional energy in the medial line of the legs. Can you feel that? And that's your fascial line. Hold the flexed ankles, bring it into a point. Flex as you go out on an inhale. Exhale as you point, come in. Flex on an inhale. Point, keep the ball quiet. It's going to shift a bit, but be mindful of what it's doing. Don't focus all on the legs. Focus on your breath. Exhale in. Inhale, open. Last one, exhale in, and bend the knees for bicycle. We're going to take one leg out, and I want you to lower that leg as low as you can, and then bend, even drape the floor if you can, and then let the other go out, and drape. So it's not this, it's long, and reach. Open the front of the hip. Feel your gluteal folds as you bike. No arching, no ribs engaged. The rib cage is quiet. Breathe. And reverse it now. And reverse. Make it long through the hip before you start to move that leg back up. And last one. Nice. Take those legs, drop one down at a time. Lift the hips up. Come all the way down, and you should feel this lovely position of coming into neutral spine. You shouldn't have a big arch in the upper rib cage, just at the low waist. So from here, legs are all the way out in front. We're going to take the arms up, flex at the ankles, lift head, neck, and shoulder, and we're going to roll all the way up and prepare for open leg rocker. So we'll put all our toys to the side, and we're going to scoot up. And we're going to find a place first as we do a prep. Hands under, tuck your pelvis. You've done that tuck, so now tuck and find the back of the pelvis. Lift one leg up at a time and find your balance. Let those shoulders relax. If you just stay here and do a little tucking and untucking, you are getting a lot of work. So stay here if this is more comfortable for you today. Find the tuck, take one leg out, bend. This is the second level of the prep. And lift and lower, and lift and lower, and lift and lower. You're still tucked. You're still breathing. You're using that core to stabilize, and hold it here. Modified open leg rocker. Tuck the pelvis, inhale, roll back, and then roll back up. Take a breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale. That is your modified open leg rocker. If you want to do the full, extend your legs. Keep the pelvis tucked. You're not lifted through the heart. You are scooped through the low belly. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. And last one. And hold it. Bring the legs in. If you can take your arms away, you've got yourself a teaser. We can lower, we can lift. And lower all the way down slowly. Tuck in that pelvis, flex your feet, round over, drop your head. Ooh. So now we're coming over and we're going to come to our knees because you know we love to finish with some strength moves and some planking and pikes. So from here, let's start on our forearms today. And that way we can do some hover planks and we'll take it up. And if you prefer to be in the hover, you certainly can stay there. Take a leg out, take a leg out. Find your tall body. So we're not up in a tailbone pike. We're finding that, pull the abdominals in, and then use the forearms and the toes to rock that body without the body shifting or moving, I should say. You're not changing the shape of anything from head to knee. You're just sliding with the arms and the toes. Come back in, drop a knee, come back and stretch. So we have a choice. You can stay there with the forearms. Now we're moving up to the hands. So the hover rocking, we've finished. You can come up. We're gonna find that nice, long, I call it a line, from the top of your head to the heels. And lift one leg up. Press the other heel back, and then 1, 2, 3, and lower. Lift the other, push the heel back. 1, 2, 3, and down. Lift. 1, 2, 3, and lower. 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 Now come up into a pike. Lower the heels. Lift the heels. Look at your feet. Are they flexing and pointing at the ankle in alignment? Do you see your ankles torque? If they do, make it smaller so that you're moving the joint correctly in alignment. It's a good way to check. And lower. Walk your hands in. Get a nice stretch. Oh, breathe. Walk your hands all the way in and let the head drop. Slowly stack up one vertebrae at a time. Stacking your spine nicely, roll the shoulders back, and let's pick up your band again so we can finish and just see how we started. We're going to finish with a Pilates V, which is a fist width between the big toes. We're in a turnout. We did some frogs on the ball today. Find just a tautness, not a pull. Press back. Turn your head to the right. Take a breath. Turn your head to the left. Take a breath. Head back to the center. Reach the arms out. Reach back. Turn your head to your left. Breathe to the right. Head to the center. Small release forward. Press back. Turn to the right. Breathe to the left. Head to the center. You're almost there. And press. Just pulling it all together to finish. To the left. To the right. To the center. And release. And just give me a little swing. Good. Reach up and see if you find a little bit more mobility now. Somewhere through your back, your thoracic region, the upper back, and maybe the shoulders. Reverse. And up. Good. Breathe. And 2 more. And 1 more. And hold it right in front. Can you lift up? Lower down. I know we lifted in parallel, but you can still sense if your balance found a little bit better place and you found your center of gravity through your work. Hold it there. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Thank you for joining me. Stay safe, stay well, and I hope to see you next week. Until then, have a great week.